This call is now being recorded.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So we're here to present our work, our presentation on characteristic in this matter of marriage. So there are our group, Khansa, Belinda, Salsabila, me, myself, Irfansyah, Cahyono, Luthah, Ayudha, Pasha, and Enggar, Ernanda. Okay. Next, please. Typical characteristic. So melodramas typically take very complicated themes such as love or war, then reduce them to binary opposition. Well, in this matter of marriage, the theme is about love, and then it gets reduced to the binary opposition of men and women, rather than pure black and white like good and evil. And rather than having realistic characters, the melodrama had what are known as stock characters, characters with best that are based on set personalities or stereotypes, such as Steve, who's your typical jock that is handsome and tall. Next, please. Plot elements. So there are some typical major plot elements of melodrama in this matter of marriage, but since there are no true evil in the story, we use Mary as the evil person as she has the worst qualities. The hero and heroine are Steve and Haley, respectively. So, provocation, probably due to Steve's past obsession to Mary, she thinks that she could manipulate Steve out of his relationship with Haley at the end, since, well, Mary wants to go back with Steve instead of keeping her marriage with Kip. Pangs, since Mary got divorced to Steve to a minor reason, and also consider the fact that it is later revealed that she cheated on Steve, she directly hurt Steve and Steve's kids. And later, when she tried to disturb Steve's relationship with Haley, she in a way also hurt Haley. And the last penalty, realizing her mistake, Mary wanted to get back with Steve, but it is not to be since Steve is already in a relationship with Haley. Next, please. Okay. Now we're getting to the correct characterization. First is Haley, a beautiful independent woman who has the principle that women don't have to get married. She thinks that marriage is too conventional for her, and by being a businesswoman, that can make her achievements come true. But for the matter of getting married, she has reconsidered that it is not important. She thinks that age can be considered more than enough to get married. She is she served as the heroine of the story. Next, please. Okay, please someone continue my presentation.
Steve marries Haley, lovable, funny, and helpful neighbor, is provoked into staying divorced by fighting his ex-wife's cheating actions. A, a quirky man, one word that could describe him as gentleman. A great father to both of his kids. He'll do everything in his power to keep them happy, including getting back with his ex-wife, who is obsessed with. Though he is a very nice person, he could sometimes be selfish if the matter includes his wife, frozen when he abandons Haley when they're cycling together as soon as he sees his ex-wife. Handsome, kind, but flawed. He the stereotypical hair type. Thought matured and muscular man and a melodramatic man because of the failure of his marriage that make he decided never love any woman again. This is until he met Dunali, who's very compatible with him at the end. He can also be considered as Steve's faithful servant. Not Freelander. He was someone highly won over to Hero, who was smart, well-mannered, and very nice to be with. When he turns out to be one of Haley's crazy dates, Hale is very shocked to find out the man he really is. A manipulative man, a perfect man when Haley first met him. He was everything she could hope for. Met him on a plain dead surface. Everything is done from the start. The, the man she thought as a perfect man turns out to be the opposite of what she thought he was, a manipulative and forceful man. One of the lesser villains of the story who has the biggest impact on Haley's view on relationships.
Okay, next person, please. Enggar.
Okay, the next is we have Donali. Donali is Haley's loyal friend. She is funny and kind to Haley. In the end, a bad person like Mark can slowly disappear from Haley's mind with her presence. She was engaged to a man called Stanford, a man of her dream and everything she could have hoped for in a man. But their relationship is not to be, as their idea of an ideal family contradicts each other, as Donnelly has always wanted a kid, but Stanford doesn't. She deserves as Haley's maidservant. Next, please. And then Kenny and Megan, a lovely children of Steve Maris. They loved Haley, always support his father's relationship with Haley. They know what kind of woman their father needs and sweet for him. They convinced Haley about his father's feeling for her and they serve as their fathers and Haley's faithful servant for Kenny and maid servant for Megan in the story. Next. And then we have Marilyn, Steve Mary's ex-wife, who he was obsessed with. After their separation, Mary got with a person called Kip, who Steve considered as a not good enough man for Mary. Due to Steve's obsession with her, she grows accustomed to Steve's attention to her, which she tries to get once Steve got together with Haley. She can be considered as the villain and Kip as her accomplice through Beverly. Next.
Okay. Well, it seems like one of our group mates is not present today, who is Luthah Ayudha Pasha. Yeah, I don't know what her name. But she's not present due to some unknown circumstances. But it's all everything. So that's all from us. See you and thank you.